In this video, we will show you how to activate a Delorme InReach SE for the very first time. Out of the box, you have the unit itself, micro USB cable, and a quick start guide. So first thing that we need to do is completely charge our device. So we have the USB cable plugged into our computer, and we're going to simply plug it in to the USB slot, and we'll let it charge to 100%. So now with the device charged, we simply remove the USB cable and turn on the device. We can simply do this by pressing on the on button, hold it down for a few seconds. And now the first time we'll activate the brand new SE, we'll get through the activation wizard. So we're going to click on next. And it says here to go and activate. If you are in the US, you can simply go to explore.delorme.com to activate it. Or if you're in Canada, you can go to inreachcanada.com. Let's click on next. Now you'll need these two numbers for your device. You need the IMEI number and the authorization code to proceed with the activation. But with that in hand, let's flip over to the computer and actually activate the device. So if you are in Canada, simply go to inreachcanada.com, or if you're in the US, go to explore.delorme.com. Either way, we'll end up on this screen. So let's click on the Get Started button to create a brand new account. The next screen, we can look at our device and type in the IMEI number and authorization code. And we'll just fill in the last little bit of details on the screen. Click Next. And since we're in Canada, we have a little message here for authorized reseller. Let's click on Go to continue the activation process. Here we can fill in our details and account information. The next screen will be to fill in emergency contacts. We do need to fill in a primary and secondary contact. The next screen will be to set up the service plan. We can scroll through and take a look at the differences between the plans. But in this example, we shall use the safety plan. Click select here and click next. The next screen will be the billing page. So this is where we can enter our credit card information and our billing address. From here, we have our review screen where we can review our charges and all the contact information that we've put in. We can click next. And now we're actually activating the InReach. At this point here, we have a few last little items. If we have a smartphone, an Android or iOS, here are some information to actually pair it. We'll actually cover this in another video. The next screen will be a quick information how to send and receive messages on your InReach. On this page, we can send a test message. So let's click on the Start button to send that, and we'll see the message on our device. And finally, we have a few more items to deal with, but we can always get back to these by simply logging into our Delorme account with our username and password, log in, and then we can fill in the last details, such as social media, additional contacts, presets, and other stuff. So let's go back to our device. So now that we've finished the activation process on the web, we can simply continue on our device here. Let's click on Next. And now we have instructions to take the device outside, or at least put it on the windowsill so we can have a clear view of the sky. So let's click on Next here. So now let's move this to the window and try to get a GPS fix and also to finish the activation process. After 20 minutes or so, we are now activated. We can click on Finish, and we're back to our main menu. And notice here that we have two messages received. So let's take a look at it. So we have our test message from the Delorme that we sent when we activated. In fact, we have two. We have our welcome message, and we have our test message. We can go back by clicking on the X button. Let's get back to the main menu. A few other things you may want to check at this stage, which is the settings. And you may want to adjust time format, time zone, and you may want to adjust the units in terms of measurements from miles to kilometers. You can do that here. And the final thing is to press and hold the OK button. And from here you have the option to adjust the brightness, lock the buttons, mute the sounds, and power off the device. We can just hit OK. Our unit is off, and we're good to go. I'll click on the button here. Because I'm in Canada, I have certain instructions where I have to manually call InReach Canada to switch the plan. So I'm going to do that right now, and let's go back to the InReach SE and finish.